Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flick Show. My name is Chris Wong. Aloha Friday, guys. It's been quite a day, but let's get into the little minor details of the DCEU really quick. Let's first start off with that whole Lois Lane, Amy Adams interview. Not interview. So Amy Adams gets to talk to Nicole Kidman, and this is coming from her Variety. It's a little video clip. She welcomes Nicole Kidman into the DCEU because, Nicole Kidman plays the Queen Atlanta from in Aquaman, and so she welcomes her in, and then she says, because I'm out. In a way, she's saying I'm out of the DCU, or she thinks she is, because they're revamping things, and then she says she doesn't know. So at first, it seems very freaking out. People are like, "What? She's out of the DCU." But if you listen closely, she doesn't know. Nicole Kidman even replies back saying, "Well, you don't know until you're contacted." In some in that form, I'm ad-libbing what they're saying, but in that way, they're saying she's kind of implying that she wouldn't know because they haven't contact her for anything yet. So, and that's exactly what it is. They don't have Lois Lane in their future plans right now, but it doesn't mean she could not show up later if that plan is going to take place. So I would kind of not freak out too much right now because they're really concentrating on one big movie, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. That one big movie is not this movie that is apparently going to be in development, okay? Coming from the Hollywood Reporter, Plastic Man movie in the works at Warner Brothers, and it's being penned by up and coming screenwriter Amanda Idoko. Has been hired to pen the script for what will be a comedic action adventure for Warner Brothers. Bob Shea, the former co-founder of New Line turned producer, will executive produce. So, and this character is Plastic Man. Plastic Man. Okay, I'll just briefly go through this. The hero's true identity is Patrick Eel O'Brien, a crook turned good guy. O'Brien was part of a gang, and during a botched heist is shot, and wouldn't you know it, also doused with chemical liquid. Left for dead by the gang, he awakens to find himself imbued with the power to shapeshift and stretch his body into almost anything thanks to being the most malleable man alive. O'Brien eventually reforms and becomes a police officer. So he was a member of the Justice League for a little time. He had his own cartoon series, so people may know of him and things like that. So the project is in the early stages and has no filmmaker on board. Details of Idoko's take were not revealed, but her hiring caps a half-year search by the studio to find the right person for the job. Warner's is planning on staying true to the lighthearted and even silly tones of the characters, says sources. So, let's think about this for a second, all right? There's been a lot of movies in development at Warner Brothers, and a lot of them are superhero movies. We've got Batgirl, which is in writing stage, apparently. We've got New Gods, Nightwing. We've got that Jared Leto Joker film. Now we got Plastic Man. We got Supergirl. We got Zatanna, apparently. There's a lot of these things, and maybe a lot of these movies won't ever get off the ground. So I wouldn't say it's going into production. A lot of these movies develop in and outside of this comic book world kind of a universe, even regular standard movies. I mean, come on. Highlander was going to come out. What happened to Voltron? What happened to, I don't know, there was a ton of different movies that we were looking forward to, but never happened. Look at Crow. Look at The Crow. Oh, my God. So, Gambit. Oh, my God. So, it's like, they're always in early developments, and it's great to hear that they're doing some stuff like that, even though personally myself, I'm like the last... one of the last heroes I'd imagine wanting to watch on screen is Plastic Man. But whatever, to each his own. So I wouldn't put too much stake in this, I would say. But it is interesting what kind of different heroes they're, or at least the scoopers are getting their hands on. Where are they releasing to these guys? And what kind of exclusivities are they doing? Maybe they're detracting us from the real truths. You never know. So, but Plastic Man is essentially... what they're saying is in development. I'm not excited at all for it, but it's great to see some other different flavors in the DCEU. Now, the other movie that is coming out is Birds of Prey. So Birds of Prey has finished their scripting and stuff like that. Well, now it's kind of revealed they're having a table read. So Ella Jay Basco put out this picture of her little card at a reading table, and her name there is Cassandra Cain, and so she's ready to read off. But someone else interesting is that on Twitter she started following a whole bunch of people, Margot Robbie and things like that, and lo and behold, who's that she's following? Oh, she's following Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck. She's following Ben Affleck. So, which is okay. I think anybody who wouldn't follow Batman, really. But it just so happens that Cassandra Cain in the Gotham universe is following Batman. And so, our minds go crazy. And we're like, well, what does that mean? Is she going to, he's going to like pick her up. She's gonna, like, you're my sidekick and stuff. I don't know. It's fun. It's really fun to think about this kind of stuff, and I hope everything's true that Ben Affleck is still Batman and stuff like that. But if it does give you a little bit of hope, a little bit semblance of hope, yes. Cassandra Cain, aka newest Batgirl, is following Ben Affleck. So, very, very interesting. So that is it for the DCEU updates, but not the biggest story here today. The biggest story here today is that Aquaman seems to be doing really well and is going to be getting a sequel. Or Toby Emmerich has started to start early developments of a sequel. This is according to the Hollywood Reporter? Maybe not. Yeah, I think the Hollywood Reporter. So it was a interview with Amber Heard, and it was revealed just very small that Toby Emmerich is starting to pen a sequel to Aquaman, seeing that they're very confident in it, and that confidence is really bringing up Amber Heard, and really bringing up Jason Momoa, and that makes it quite something, okay, in this situation, because we all know press junket, press tours are going on, people are getting asked questions. We've seen them really shine the light on Zack Snyder, really say that, thanking him, and really putting a lot of love for Zack Snyder, thanking him for giving them those roles and some of the opportunities. So, of course, Jason Momoa is going to be super grateful. Amber Heard is super grateful. Of course, very grateful to James Wan, too. But in this case, it's interesting. It's only until today, at least released today, a clip where MTV actually pulled out something, okay? MTV actually talked to Jason Momoa, asked him, had a video, and actually have him ask about none other than the Snyder Cut. So basically, he said this, and you can watch the video, but he asked Jason Momoa about the Snyder. Have you ever heard that the internet is obsessing over the Snyder Cut? And Jason Momoa replies, he's also obsessed with the Snyder Cut. And so he asked him, well, do you want to see it, or it's going to get released, or do you want to see it? And Jason Momoa was kind of at first coy, like, It sucks in this type of industry that we can't say much, but yeah. Fuck yeah, I want to see it. I totally swore this right now because I'm so energetic. I don't think my niece ever sees this more, but yeah, fuck yeah, we all want to see it. We all want to see it, and it's awesome that he came out and said that. And MTV News, on MTV News, okay? They're MTV, and so they've got a big following. In fact, some of the other blue ticks started looking up. Eric Davis from Fandango said hashtag release the Snyder Cut. Ian Mouse Chong released the Snyder Cut. Of course, Sonny Bunch also said Snyder Cut watch, Snyder Cut watch. Screen Rant put an article. I'm expecting some more, hopefully, to put on the news. This is great. This is fantastic. This is essentially another situation where it's going to be blown wide open. And this time we got him on video, wanting to see a Snyder Cut and essentially knowing about the Snyder Cut, obsessing over the Snyder Cut, and really just risking it all, we think, for the Snyder Cut. And it's all because of what seems to be a successful movie, what will probably be a successful movie, judging at how box office is doing in China. It's already made over $20 million on Friday for China. You still got the weekend. It could go up to over what they said, 60 million plus. Sonny Bunch came out and tweeted, after Aquaman grosses 800 million worldwide, I hope Jason Momoa uses newfound clout to get the Snyder Cut release. This is it. This is why it's important for Aquaman to succeed, because it's success. And Warner Brothers loves success. But at the same time, Jason Momoa is going to be untouchable. He can say what he's going to be untouchable. He's got the cards. That's how Wonder Woman Gal Gadot got her sequel. She's getting more money now. That's how Patty Jenkins, they really wanted Patty Jenkins to do Wonder Woman 1984, and they're giving all her money that she needs because she made it successful. She gave an A-grade film. She gave in lots of money and made box office bucks. That's what works. Money. And so hopefully this does mean that Jason Momoa is going to continue obsessing over the Snyder Cut, continue pushing the Snyder Cut, continue praising Zack Snyder, and maybe even put that little piece on the bargaining table. Maybe. Could that actually happen? I hope so. So I'm immensely incredibly happy that this happened today. And I think all of us in the movement should be incredibly happy. Man, we made it to MTV, man. This is us. When they saying the internet's obsessing over the Snyder Cut, that's us. They're talking directly to us. We are out in the open once again, maybe even more so. It looks like in a more positive light. Hopefully, people are talking about it. I am so thrilled about this. And who would have thunk, that Aquaman, the hero that people made fun of all this time, will be our champion for the Snyder Cut movement, our speaker, if you will, our public champion of the Snyder Cut. And when people are starting to love this guy, and hopefully Aquaman is a huge success, he's gonna be a huge superstar, and they're gonna be like right behind him. I want to be behind Gal Gadot. I want to be behind all these guys. I want to be behind Chadwick Boseman. He's gonna get up to that level. Jason Momoa, and when Jason Momoa puts Snyder Cut on the table, maybe, just maybe, Warner Brothers would definitely listen and help distribute Zack Snyder's Snyder Cut. And that would be incredibly cool. I would open so many more doors if Aquaman's a success. One, Aquaman is done by James Wan, and if like how I've heard all these different Chinese people who have been reviewing saying that it is not a Marvel movie. This is DCEU. This is what the Marvel movies should be. This is what is way better than Justice League. This is James Wan's movie, untouched and unhinged, and if that's the case, then that is great, because Aquaman means what that means, just like how the Snyder Cut means. It represents creative freedom, creative integrity, the artistic integrity. It's about director driven movies, director creations, and if Aquaman's success, then a Snyder Cut could be a success. That's how it all ties together, and I know Zack Snyder supports that very, very much, and it's so awesome. So great to see that these people are coming out. We've got they're snapping, man. They're really snapping. Jason Momoa's the next one to snap. There's gonna be a lot more press junket and press tours. I hope the interviewers ask that question again. I hope this actually makes them ask that question again. Just keep the awareness, keep it open. Warner Brothers has to realize this is a big sensation. This is a big deal. Just having them say Jason Momoa is just as obsessed with the Snyder Cut as the rest of the internet just sounds huge to Warner Brothers, and possibly money, just because that's all they want. They want cha-ching, but that's okay, because at the end, if they release the Snyder Cut, if they help Zack Snyder put it out for the rest of the world, we win. All right, guys. Well, that is it for tonight. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. Fuck yeah, I want to see it. Release the Snyder Cut.